We use words all the time, every single day, usually without really thinking about it. They're just tools, right? Functional noises we make to, get things done.
That's the common view, yeah.
But what if that whole way of thinking is, well, completely backwards? What if the words you speak aren't just describing your reality, but actually actively creating it?
It's a huge idea. It really demands a total shift in perspective. We'd move from seeing language as just an output of our thoughts to realizing it's a direct input into the, let's say, the energetic structure of the universe.
And that right there is our mission for this deep dive today. We're going to unpack some really fascinating sources that make this pretty radical claim that the spoken word is, well, one of the most potent forces there is.
Powerful claim indeed.
We're drawing a lot from the teachings of the Sacred Atlantean Brotherhood, including some profound insights from Grandmaster WaXhira. And the core focus, really, is this belief that every single word carries a vibrational energy. An energy that fundamentally shapes your inner state and, maybe even more incredibly, your external world.
And to really grasp this, we have to start with the basics, the foundational concept.
Yeah.
Everything is vibration.
Right.
I mean, whether you look at quantum physics or ancient wisdom traditions, this idea keeps popping up. Every particle, every bit of light, every sound we make, it all vibrates at a specific frequency.
So when I speak...
When you speak, you're basically sending out a targeted wave of energy into the field of reality itself.
And these sources are clear this wave isn't just, like, random static.
No, definitely not.
It's encoded, which is why Grandmaster WaXhira says, and this quote really struck me, words are not just sounds, they are vibrations that carry intention.
That's the key part, carry intention.
When spoken with clarity, love, and purpose, they can move mountains.
That phrase, carry intention, really is everything, isn't it? The material we're looking at insists that the power of a word is amplified enormously by the consciousness, the intention behind it. Think of your voice maybe like a radio transmitter. The frequency it broadcasts changes based on the signal you feed it.
And that signal is my intention.
Exactly.
Your intent. Okay, let's make that more concrete. If I use the exact same word, say change, but the first time I say it, maybe I'm full of skepticism, maybe fear, change, and then the second time I say it with real excitement, anticipation, change. The frequencies are totally different, aren't they?
Fundamentally different. The sound itself is almost secondary to the emotion, the intent that's riding on that energy wave.
Wow.
Absolutely. The frequency of a word that's spoken in anger, it's jarring, right? It creates dissonance, like notes in music that just clash horribly.
Yeah, you feel it.
You do. But the frequency of a word spoken with genuine compassion or wisdom, it's harmonious, it aligns, it elevates. And this difference, this is what determines the creative result.
And this whole mechanism, this underlying energetic principle, that's what the sources call the law of resonance.
Correct. The principle itself is actually quite simple, like attracts like.
Okay.
Your spoken word sets up a frequency, and the universe, in a way, responds by bringing experiences, circumstances that match that frequency. It's like an energetic rule of the cosmos.
So if we're consciously tuning ourselves to higher frequencies, maybe using language filled with gratitude or compassion, truth, the sources say we then align ourselves with what they term divine energy. Is that right?
We achieve alignment, yes. We're essentially putting ourselves in harmony with the, let's say, the highest expression of reality. And the result of that resonance, it's attracting similar positive experiences, what people might call being in the flow or abundance.
Right. But then there's the flip side, isn't there? And this is something I think we all deal with.
Oh, absolutely.
If we constantly let ourselves speak words soaked in negativity or pessimism, judgment, we're tuning into a much lower, kind of denser frequency.
And that lower resonance, well, it creates a pattern, often a pattern of discord, maybe even suffering in our lives. The challenging part, and the sources really point this out, is that these low-frequency patterns tend to feed themselves.
It's like a loop.
Exactly like a loop. Our negative words help create a negative reality, which then just fuels more negative words.
So the words aren't just reflecting what is.
No. They're actively setting the energetic blueprint for what will be.
That idea that we're basically painting our reality with frequency. That's huge.
It is.
And it takes us straight into how the Sacred Atlantean Brotherhood viewed words, not just as labels, but as actual active creative forces.
They state this very clearly in the Book of Remembrance, which is one of their core teaching texts. It says quite plainly, the power of your speech is the power of creation.
Wow.
What you speak into existence is what you shall experience.
That sounds almost absolute, like incredibly powerful. But if every word has this creative potential, why does it seem so easy for us to, say, manifest quick anger?
Mm.
But maybe incredibly difficult to manifest peace or abundance just by saying an affirmation once or twice. How do the teachings bridge that gap?
That's where the discipline comes in. And it's why the intention has to be really deeply rooted, not just superficial. Our source material definitely acknowledges that our subconscious mind is already, you know, programmed. It's got established energetic patterns, old habits, often those low frequency loops we just talked about.
Right.
So when we try to introduce a new positive word or phrase, it naturally meets resistance.
Mm-hmm.
Think of it like trying to walk a new path through deep snow. The old, well-trodden path is just so much easier to follow.
So an affirmation isn't just wishful thinking then, it's more like an energetic tuning fork designed to carve out a new path in that snow.
Precisely. That's a great way to put it. The practical application of affirmations, according to these sources, really demonstrates this vibrational concept perfectly.
How so?
Affirmations are the intentional, repeated use of positive words spoken with deep conviction. And that's the crucial part, deep conviction.
Right. So if I start saying, I am abundant, but deep down my core feeling, my frequency is still tuned to I am scarce, the words are kind of hollow.
They are, exactly. And the Brotherhood's teachings on intention really address this directly.
Oh.
The goal of repeating the affirmation isn't to somehow lie to yourself.
Okay.
It's to make the outer word and the inner conviction actually match, to bring them into alignment.
Ah, I see.
The repeated words, when they're infused with genuine feeling, start to resonate within your inner energy field. They literally begin reprogramming the subconscious mind by creating those new, higher frequency patterns.
So we're essentially replacing the old story, the old narrative, with a new one.
Yes.
And by aligning our spoken word with qualities we desire, like health, peace, love, we're energetically matching the frequency of those qualities,
That's it.
making their manifestation in our lives less about luck or chance and more about pure resonance.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And if we zoom out a bit, what this really means is that every single word you speak becomes a critical choice. Each one sets a vibration in motion that influences not just the immediate moment, the immediate interaction, but potentially the entire trajectory of your future. It's this continuous ripple effect that, according to these teachings, determines your destiny.
Wow.
So mastering the word, in this view, is truly mastering the self.
Okay, if words hold that kind of ultimate creative power, then mastering them must require some serious discipline, right?
Against discipline, yes.
And the sources, they detail a pretty rigorous path for this, taught within the Sacred Atlantean Brotherhood. It seems focused on aligning the mind, body, and spirit to make sure every word actually comes from the highest truth.
That's correct. The path is structured through different degrees, starting with what they call the initiate degree.
Okay, the initiate. What's the focus there?
The core focus at this stage is really observational and foundational. It's about developing conscious speech. The initiate first has to just understand the relationship between their inner state and their outer expression. Become aware of it.
And this is where we encounter some of those more esoteric tools the Brotherhood uses. They refer to the physical body metaphorically as the ship. Why the ship?
The ship is the vessel. It's the physical means through which our thoughts and words travel and get expressed out into the world. So like any ship, it needs careful navigation.
Makes sense.
And the tools introduced at this first stage are the ocean and wave.
Okay, let's unpack those a bit. What do the ocean and the wave represent, practically speaking, for someone starting this path?
Well, the ocean represents the vast, underlying vibrational field of reality. You could think of it as the collective unconscious, maybe, or just a sea of potential that everything resonates within.
The whole energetic soup we're swimming in?
Kind of, yeah. And the wave is the specific thought, or, crucially, the spoken word itself.
Yeah.
So the initiate learns that their intentional word, their wave, is traveling through this huge interconnected field, the ocean. Their main goal at this stage is mindfulness.
Mindfulness of the waves they're making.
Exactly. Making sure that wave is clear, clean, and purposeful, rather than just chaotic, or maybe polluted by unchecked emotion, or purely accidental.
That actually makes the process sound much more tangible, more practical. It's about recognizing that your words don't just stop when the sound ends.
Precisely. They are energetic ripples spreading out in this universal ocean. And once that foundation is firmly set, once the initiate becomes highly aware of the vibrations they're constantly sending out, Then the path deepens. You move into the navigator and captain degrees.
Right.
And these stages focus much more on refining the internal guidance systems before the word is even spoken.
Ah, so these are like the filters. The tools here are the compass and the blazing star.
Yes. The compass represents the rational mind, our faculty of discernment.
Okay.
The navigator learns to use this compass to constantly filter thoughts and potential words, asking questions like, is this aligned with truth? Is this actually necessary? Will this create harmony or discord?
So it introduces a conscious pause, a checkpoint between the impulse to speak and the actual speech.
Exactly. The compass is that crucial self-correction mechanism. But then for the captain degree, there's the blazing star. That sounds like something maybe beyond just rational thought.
It is. The blazing star represents pure intuition. It's about connecting to one's highest consciousness, that deep inner knowing.
Okay.
So while the compass filters for alignment based on reason and truth, the star guides the captain to speak only from that elevated state of inner truth. So the goal shifts.
It does. The goal moves beyond simply filtering out negative words and toward actively speaking words that originate from the highest frequencies of consciousness available to you. Love, wisdom, perfect clarity.
Wow. So the ultimate goal is basically speaking from a place of like spiritual authority, bypassing the lower frequencies entirely. That sounds incredibly demanding.
It is a very demanding discipline, yes. But the underlying philosophy, this idea that true knowledge of words unlocks hidden potential, it really echoes through other profound wisdom traditions too. Our sources specifically point to the Gospel of Thomas, for instance, as illustrating this kind of interconnection.
Okay, yeah, let's look at that. Saying 1, for example, states, whoever finds the interpretation of these sayings will not experience death. Now, on the surface, that sounds very mystical, maybe symbolic.
It does.
But in this context we're discussing, the context of vibrational reality, what might interpretation really mean?
Well, it suggests that the true understanding, the interpretation, isn't just intellectual head knowledge.
Right.
It's vibrational. Finding the interpretation means aligning your consciousness with the true meaning and the inherent power encoded within those words, within those sayings.
It's about resonating with the truth of it.
Exactly. When you resonate with that highest truth, the idea is you unlock an immense spiritual potential, something that transcends ordinary physical limitations, maybe including what we perceive as spiritual death or separation.
And this ties right into the interconnectedness that's highlighted in saying 77, doesn't it? I am the light that is over them all. I am the all. Split a piece of wood. I am there. Lift up the stone, and you will find me there.
Yes, that teaching powerfully reinforces the idea that everything is conscious.
Yeah.
That this divine source, this all, animates the entire fabric of existence down to wood and stone.
Okay.
So if we truly know that, then when we speak purposeful, conscious words, words guided by that inner compass and the blazing star, we're literally connecting ourselves directly to the all.
Our speech stops being just personal chatter.
Exactly. It becomes an active, harmonious expression of the universal source itself.
So if you're using your words intentionally to align with love, with wisdom, you're actually aligning with the fundamental fabric of existence itself. Your speech isn't something separate from the divine.
In that moment, it is an expression of it.
And that really brings us full circle on this deep dive, doesn't it?
Exactly.
The spoken word isn't just a tool we use.
It's creation itself, happening moment by moment.
Wow. Okay, so this deep dive has really shown us, I think, that the spoken word carries this undeniable energy, the energy of our intentions, and that energy resonates, it vibrates throughout the very fabric of reality. Choosing our words carefully, consciously, and aligning them with truth, love, wisdom, it seems like the most direct way to intentionally steer the course of our lives.
It really is presented as the highest form of self-mastery. It transforms you from just a passive speaker reacting to life into an active creator of your own experience.
So we want to leave you with this final provocative thought, drawing directly from these teachings of the Brotherhood. Since the spoken word truly creates reality, affecting your present moment and your future destiny, what is the one most impactful word, or maybe phrase, that you could speak today to intentionally shift your vibrational frequency toward your own highest truth? Think about it, then maybe go speak it. And listen very closely to the resonance it creates.